Go to your Apple or Google Play Store and download the WVTC Gospel Radio app today. You can also say, Alexa, play WVTC Radio Skills.
Would you like to play WVTC Radio Network?
Absolutely. Download it today.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, Christians and friends. We thank and praise God for this, another glorious privilege to come into your homes while you're riding along in your automobiles, your various places of business, every hospital ward, even the boys and girls behind prison walls, to bring you Ramon Perry live, according to your faith, right here through this WVTC, where we are Stellar Award three-time nominated, winning victory through Christ. We trust and pray that this time with Jesus would give you strength to go forward in faith. God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not alone today. Guess who's in the house with me?
It is me, Evangelist Tanya Cuffie.
Listen, I am honored to have Evangelist Cuffie in the building with me. We've got some great guests coming up. I need everybody. I need my team out there to like and share. I've got so much to do today. I'm just really, I don't even know what to say. God has just been good. Listen, let me just kind of give you a little bit of what we're going to do today. Evangelist Cuffie, you ready for this ride?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Listen,
come on. I mean, when?
So we've got a giant in the building today. And we're going to have him on in just a little bit. And I've got Pastor Josh Reese that'll be coming on. I see our sister Dr. Vanetta Donaldson. We are praying your strength. We're thanking God you're home. God bless you, Lafayette. Listen. I need you all to like this and share it to your front page. Everybody needs to hear this new music we're going to do today. And I've got friend Sal Butler. Who's no stranger to WVTC. And we're going to talk about something that happened last weekend. We're going to talk about something
last weekend.
So you all don't want to miss it. You don't want to do it. So I need you all over there on Facebook and YouTube to like and share everything we're doing tonight, because we got some great stuff. How's your week been?
My week has been busy as usual, but it's been great. No complaints.
Listen.
No complaints.
This week has been, it's like it's something every weekend.
Yeah.
And then you look up and it's the 4th of July, and then you sneeze, and then it's Labor Day. You're like, oh no, not this again.
Not Labor Day. We sneeze and then it's my birthday.
We can't pass up the birthday. Yeah. So listen, I'm just glad to be here. I'm glad about what God is doing today. Listen, last week I had a video that I wanted to show just to honor some of the people that have really been helpful in making some things happen behind the scenes here at WVTC. There's some people that share and they're on every week and just do things to help make the show a little bit easier. And I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to play it, but we did find it on last week. I want to play that video again. I want to see if I can get that video cranked up. If I didn't label it, so if I hit the wrong thing, y'all just pray for me, okay? But again, these are the people that so diligently work behind the scenes like every week and just make this so much easier for all of us. And again, we are thanking God for complete healing for Dr. Vanetta Donaldson. Went to see her the other day, and she sent us a text message and she's home. So we thanking God for her. She's going to be back in the rightful place. Soon as God get finished with this,
come on,
He's doing a perfect work. Is that right? Listen, let's go ahead and look at this. And we're back. I hope you all enjoyed that. We just have to show people love that really make a difference.
Absolutely.
And do all the things that we can't do when we're on. Well, we're glad to honor those. I see some of my family out there in the comments. Thank you so much, Jerry, Lafayette, and some of the other people. Listen, make sure that you like and put this on your front page. Listen, I want to introduce to some and present to others a gentleman that I have been following online for some time. And he is somebody.
Yes.
He says what he feels and he feels what he say, and you gonna get that work. I'm telling you. And he represents the generations following up. Every generation behind you is going to see it a different way, and they're going to express it a different way. And we want to salute and honor some of those that have a musical ear, that are from this generation. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to present to some and introduce to others the giant in the room, Laron Rhodes. I say that right?
Yes, sir.
All right. How you doing? Put the mic up. I want everybody to hear you. Listen. How you doing, man?
Be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh man, listen, we got to talk about it today. We're going to talk about it. It's first time here with me and Evangelist Cuffie here at WVTC. So we are really honored to have you. So if you would, we just want to dissect you a little bit. It's going to have to start way at the top. It's a long way to go. Tell us where you're from and your musical background, your church home. how did you get involved in music? So just give us a brief resume of who you are for those that are seeing you for the first time.
Okay. Well, I'm originally from Hope, Arkansas.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people think I'm from Chicago.
Okay.
I was born in Hope, Arkansas.
Hope, Arkansas.
My church home is Haynes Chapel Missionary Baptist Church, where the Reverend Frankie D. Mitchell is the pastor.
And that is where?
In Hope, Arkansas.
That's in Hope, okay.
President Bill Clinton's birthplace.
Oh, okay. Okay, we got presidents in the room. Come on through here.
Yes, sir. So yeah, that's where I'm from, and my musical background started there. That's where I started. I started playing the organ at the age of around 13. I was singing in the choir at like 8 years old. Music runs in my family. I have an aunt that plays piano. Grandmother, grandfather, they sang. Cousins that sing. So it's in the bloodline.
I see. So what brought you to Chicago?
I actually have family here too. My dad's side of the family lives here. So after I graduated high school in Arkansas, I moved to Texas, moved to Dallas and stayed there 11 years. And I just decided that I didn't want to go back there. I didn't want to go back to Arkansas. So I came back here to Chicago.
Okay. I get it. So coming from Arkansas, I'm just going to veer off a little bit. Coming from Arkansas, coming to Chicago, what was the biggest change for you and adjustment?
It's a big difference.
I know it is.
Arkansas is pretty, small, pretty slow, pretty rural. Coming from there to a city like Chicago. Well, let's go back. During school, when I was in school, I would come up here for the summer breaks. So I had experience with Chicago, but I didn't live here. I was just here for 2 months out of the year.
Okay.
But when I moved here, I got to really see the city, and it was a big difference.
It's a big adjustment. So what was the biggest adjustment? Was it the weather? Because Arkansas, I know they have winter, but this is a different story.
Way different. It snows down there, but it's nothing like here.
Okay.
And on the flip side, it gets way hotter.
I would imagine, yeah.
Other than that, like I said, just the city itself, the speed of the city, where I'm from, is very slow. Coming here was a big adjustment. Learning the CTA routes and all of that. We don't have that down there. So.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So how did you get involved musically here in Chicago? Because I'm sure it's probably a little bit different, the music scene here, the gospel music scene, the church scene, Chicago being, I guess, the capital of gospel music in the Midwest. Yes. So what was that like?
It was an adjustment as well. Because I came from, I grew up Baptist. We sang hymns. So we had a choir, but the choir that I grew up with, they mostly sang quartet songs. It was the choir.
That's the South.
Those quartet songs. So coming here and having to learn, how to do the choir music, the Chicago style of gospel, it was a transition. But I think I'm doing pretty well with it.
So let me ask. I'm a native of Chicago.
Maestro, we could pull his mic a little closer. Yeah.
So let me ask you. We're from here, right?
Absolutely.
So what was the Chicago sound like for you when you got here? Was it what you heard over the radio when you were down there? Or did you hear when you got here? You're like, oh man, this is Chicago's vibe. What was that like? I mean, because we hear it, and I'm like, I don't really hear it until I go away, and then I hear, I know that's from Chicago, But when I'm in it, you know what I mean. So what was that like for you?
Well, first of all, Chicago is known for that heavy vibrato, that heavy vibrato, and that always intrigued me growing up. Listening to Ricky Dillard and New G, the Tommies, listening to all of them.
Right.
So I liked it, but down there, that was foreign to us. So we really didn't, know what to do or how to do that. So when I moved up here, it became, I got around the people
you got
that
around
were doing it. So,
and it was like, there it is.
Yeah, there it is. I got it. And I just kind of picked it up and, ran with it.
So did you join the church here?
Yes.
What church was that?
Well, I didn't join the church, but active at Gospel Truth Missionary Baptist Church.
Hosted. Okay. Down there by Gatlin's.
Yeah, right next door to Gatlin's. Yeah.
Right.
Right now, Theodore, not Roosevelt, Gilmore.
Oh, Pastor Gilmore.
Theodore Gilmore.
I know
Theodore Gilmore is the pastor. He actually told me to tell you how.
Wow, man. I've been knowing Reverend Gilmore for a long time. So when did you realize you had a musical gift, and how did that come about with singing and writing? Because you got a song that we're gonna play in a little bit. We're talking about that. So I want to know how you got there.
Yes, sir. Okay, so at the age of 8, my mother bought me and my brother a keyboard. And neither one of us had, I had the musical talent a little bit, but my brother, he really didn't. But I'm the one that kind of just stuck with it. And I just piggy pat on the keyboard around the house. I'm going to turn that thing off, that thing off. You making all that noise. 13, like I said earlier, I started playing at my home church. And I wasn't good at all. Not at all. But they believed in me. I had people that believed in me, and they cultivated my gift. They actually paid for my lessons. I took piano lessons.
And that's a blessing.
They paid for my lessons. But most of it I picked up on my own. Had some people that inspired me. Actually, a girl that played at my church at that time. Her name is Miranda Butler.
That name sounds familiar.
Yeah, she, her style is what inspired me. So I owe a lot of what I know today as far as playing piano and organ to her.
Okay.
So thank you, Miranda.
Okay, cool. So listen, I want to go ahead. I want you to introduce a song. I'm going to see if our engineer, CEO will play the song, but I want you to introduce it. Tell us who wrote it. Tell us who's leading, and then we're going to talk about it on the other side.
The name of the song is called Mighty God. I am the writer.
Writers in the house.
The guy that's singing on it, his name is Charles Anthony. He's actually from Chicago.
Charles.
We was just with him last week.
Last week. He's actually from here. He lives in Atlanta now.
He sure does.
He's the featured artist on the song.
He's amazing.
He is. I got to get Charles on here.
And what's so funny about that, how that happened is, when I was getting ready to record the song, I was looking for background singers. So the producer, who is actually in Dallas, he hooked me up with the girl here. Her name is Shaky Wilson. And she got the singers together. And not knowing that Charles was actually one of the background singers.
Oh, okay.
And
that worked out.
I was looking for lead singers on Facebook.
Wow.
And one of my Facebook friends actually tagged him in my post. And that's when I found out that he was actually already on the song.
Wow.
So he's pretty much on the song twice.
Wow.
So I was
His background and lead.
His
so I was like, this is God right here.
Absolutely. So we're going to go ahead and play it and give us a song title again, and we're going to play that right now.
It's called Mighty God.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mighty God. Okay, we're coming on through here.
Yeah, we
now
are.
While he's getting that cranked up, I need everybody to like and share this to your front page, okay? Because we're going to support him tonight, and we're going to find out how to secure his.
For unto us a child is born, a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Mighty God. The first verse says that angels bow.
Angels bow before him, heaven and earth adore him. What a mighty God.
He's so beautiful, so wonderful.
Nobody like him, incomparable.
What a mighty God.
What a mighty God.
He's the everlasting Father. He's the Prince of Peace. Above him there's no other. He's the King of Kings. The second verse says he's omniscient. He's all-knowing. Creator of all things. He's the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. He's all-powerful. When I think of all the miraculous and marvelous things that he's done, I can't help but declare that our God all over the earth. You can search the world over, but still you'll never find nobody like him. He's mighty in your home. He's mighty on your job. He's mighty at the school. He's mighty all over the world. And just in case there's somebody listening that don't know about this wonderful and mighty God we serve, we gonna sing that part again with a little help this time. Come on, Charles, and help us.
Our God, yeah, all over the earth, you can search and still find. What a mighty God we serve.
Come on, clap your hands. Everybody just clap your hands. Come on, clap your hands. Everybody just clap your hands. The psalmist David asked the question, not because he needed an answer, but to declare the power of God that he witnessed in his own life. He asked, who is this king? He's the Lord God, strong and mighty. Who is this king? He's the Lord God, mighty in battle. Charles, take us up.
Listen, I was feeling that and I didn't want to stop it, but you know how Facebook thing might get us sometime. Listen, that's hot. That's hot.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate that.
So what inspired you to write that?
Actually, that song was written probably 12 years ago.
Really?
So that's an old song that I wrote. What inspired me is there was just some things that I was going through in my personal life.
Mm-hmm.
And God, he brought me out.
There you go.
He brought me out.
That's
And
the start.
I didn't have a way. I didn't know a way out. But he's a way maker.
Yes,
Start nothing. Don't take much over here.
And I was just, I can't even explain it, how I made that situation that I was in. And I don't want to, get it too into detail with it, but just know that God is a way maker. And he made a way for me. He'll do it for you. He'll do it for everybody that's listening. And that's where, and I said, mighty God.
Let me ask you, because we stopped it. How can we secure your music?
Right now, it's still in the distribution phase.
Okay.
So it will be coming hopefully within the next 2 weeks.
Hey.
Still waiting. It'll be dropping in within the next 2 weeks. I'm still waiting on the distribution and all of them to, do everything that they have to do.
Glad we didn't play all of it. See, so we can say
that's fine.
So we could say we was the first internet radio station to do this.
Yes.
So when that song drops, let us know so we can, let everybody know, let our listening audience know. Go and get this because I'm sure it'll be available on all streaming outlets, right?
Yes, it will be available on all streaming outlets. everywhere you can get music. It will be there. Tidal, Apple Music, Google.
Everybody is streaming.
Yes.
So when that gets ready to drop, let us know, and we'll put another hit on it over here, and we'll put the artwork up and say everybody everywhere. You come back and visit us again. Okay, listen, we're honored to have again Laron Rhodes, fine writer, musician, and composer. And he's got a song that's coming, that's going to drop and hit the country called Mighty God.
Yeah.
And we're going to support him.
Absolutely.
We're going to start here in Chicago. I know the family back in Arkansas. Was it Hope?
Hope, Arkansas.
Hope, Arkansas. See, I know they're probably grinning now.
We kept the hope.
We
made it on through.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we want to support our own. We're going to claim him as our own, and share him with Arkansas. And when that song drops, WVTC is going to be in his pocket. Okay.
God
bless you. Thank you for coming. Please come again. Listen, you heard it right here with Ramon Perry and Evangelist Tanya Cuffie. And we are still one down. Dr. Donaldson is going to be with us as soon as the Lord finishes his perfect work.
Come on, from the crown of our head.
On the way. Listen, one of our guests is in the background, and I want to get him up here real quick. He is a pastor. I've been trying to get him for some time, and we have been in this city, and he is doing some great things, and I want to bring him right to the stage. Pastor Josh Reese. Everybody in the building, stand up for the man of God.
Bless you, man. Bless you. Come on now. Come on.
How you doing, Pastor Reese?
I'm good, man. Thank you all for having me on here. That was a hot song.
Yeah. Now, so Pastor Reese, our guest Laron Rhodes is probably getting ready to leave out the building, but Pastor John Reese is also a writer. And he does music, and he's done recordings, and he sings with Elder Kenny Lewis. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 14 years in.
He just threw you a good compliment and said it was a hot song. And we're going to go back and unpack Pastor Reese, because we want to talk about how he got involved in ministry, how he got involved in music, and this is his first time, and I want to welcome.
I appreciate it, and I appreciate the show. Any opportunity of ministry is an awesome thing. You didn't have to have me, and anytime I'm able to share what God is doing for me, I'm happy to do it on any platform.
Absolutely.
So very well appreciated. So you tell me where you want me to start, and then I shoot.
So tell us where you're from, if you know where you're from, and your home church. How you got involved, because I believe music was first and then ministry came second.
Yes, sir.
So let's talk about that. It's your first time here. I want everybody to know.
No problem. I'm a kid from born in Free Hospital of Stroger, aka Cook County Hospital in Chicago. But born and really raised in Dixmoor, and they say Dixie-Mo or Dixmo, Illinois. Had been in Maywood, Broadview, Richton Park, what have you, but I'm in Gary now. That's my home now. Okay. I started age 3. My mama had me singing at the church. She used to play the piano. And then next thing I know, if it had not been for the Lord on my side, was my first song I ever sung, and been singing since then. Started directing in high school, age 16. And had my first community choir probably within 2 months. From there, took over one called Walk by Faith Community Choir out of Phoenix, Illinois. And it just went up, had a chance to be on the stage with so many different gospel greats. And you talk about somebody scared with a community choir, young community choir, and you coming after Adrian B. King and Reverence. You at a midnight musical at True Holiness, and Lord. Ricky Dillard is on the front row.
Oh,
and
wow.
I'm just shaking. And, Pat Bolton is there, and I tell my musician, I know he cares. He looking at me, you can't do his song. You can't do his song with him there. He's like, all us scared. I came up in that time of honor and met Kenny, Alvin Willis, Larry Jones, so many different ones to go ahead and make mention. I'm thankful because Alvin and Larry had a major hand on my life in music ministry. And now I'm at a place where, God has just taken over. 1997, answered my call into the ministry, preaching. And then next thing in 2012, began a ministry called the House Church in Gary, Indiana. I pastored there for about 11 years. But in what was that, in 2018, I took over a church in Chicago called West Pullman Church of God. And I was pastoring 2 churches.
Wow.
For 5 years, I was pastoring 2 churches, going back and forth from Gary, still doing music ministry, helping out choirs, minister of music at Zion Baptist Church for 8 years, and just so much in music. And came across your way and Mark Hubbard and so many gospel, and it's just like, man, God, which one? And for some have made a choice. They're not pastoring, or they're either pastoring or they're doing music. And I'm doing both. Because music is my therapy. It keeps me going. So I'm like, I'm going to retire. I don't know when I'm going to quit. I love it. And I love what I do. I my Sundays, I start at 10 a.m. I do praise and worship for a friend of mine. I work with his choir. I got a church I work with at 11. I do their music ministry. They brought back the choir, helped them. They called me in. And then I go to my church at 1:45 p.m. West Pullman Church of God, 322 West 119th Street. Come on in, and we're there. And I love it. And I'm fired up about it. And so, this has been a very, how can I say, peculiar ride. It's different, and I accept it. And of course, I got to send a shout out. Kenny Lewis in One Voice. I'm 14 years and then I'm pastoring too. So one thing about there is Kenny gives me the outlet and he says, hey, I need you to speak to the people. We need a rest. Speak to them, and so I get a chance to minister on the road. And it's not always about singing too. It's about that ministry piece.
Absolutely.
Praying for people, standing in the gap. And then I work a full-time job. So, now
see, that part right there. And you work a full-time
Hey,
job.
look, your man don't work, don't eat. And this camera is making me look good, but man, I like eating, and I believe, I believe you got to do what you have to do. And I have a job, which I love to do. I work at Aspire Chart Academy in Gary. I'm a behavior specialist. And I've been 14 years there. Actually, what's funny is when I joined Kenny, I started working at the school. And so that's been 14 years, both of them. And God has opened the door. I do a lot with social emotional learning, a lot with people where they don't understand our youth and the different functionalities of the home or how it is now, because it's much different than when we all came up. You have to really be led by the Holy Spirit. You got to be led by the Holy Spirit. So I'm thankful and I'm still going forth. I'm a singing preacher and I'm trying to help raise up some guys, but they don't want to go. I'll go.
Listen, I'm hearing you all on that. I want to ask you something since you mentioned it. What's going on with our youth? Let me just veer to that a moment, because they're our future. We've got some issues, and it's the beginning of summer, and they say that we've got some situations that are not as bad as they have been. But what is going on with the culture? And we're going to talk back into music. What are you seeing out there since you're involved, right? That much. Yeah.
I'm gonna pull the preacher out in me, and the Bible says that there came a Pharaoh that knew not Joseph. There's coming a family atmosphere that knows not God, that knows not family moral and values, that knows not to to grow the family together in the fear of the Lord. And when we use the word fear, the fear does not mean scared. That means respect and the honor. And so what happens is a lot of our youth having a clue about church or worship, however you want to classify it, because we get into classifications of how worship is and what it's supposed to be called. Man, they don't know nothing about no Bible, no scriptures, vacation Bible school, Sunday school, drug to. I tell people I'm a drug baby. I was drugged from church to church.
I was too.
I was drugged. My mama wake me up. Okay, baby, it's time to sing. That's all I knew. But then in learning the world, and that's one of the things the church has to do. And then that's the other part, the partnership of the church really to reach into the homes, to be at the schools, to work in the schools. Yeah. I would admonish any and every pastor that has free time, go volunteer or go work at a school as a sub. It's helpful to the environment. It will bless you at the same token to understand what is going on, because our kids, they are in need of one word: love.
There you go.
Absolutely.
There you go.
You know that song, old school, what the world needs now is love, sweet love. I'm so serious. They just getting cussed out. 14 years old with stars on their necks, tattooed. 14.
What do you say about that? Wow, that's a lot.
So prayerfully, we can bridge from even the music community. We have directors, ministers of music, band members, what have you. They need to be in there too, and some are. But we need more. We need more partnership. We know really push the one church, one school initiative. Really push it. And then even if you don't have the one church, one school, we know how to be one church.
Absolutely.
Let's find a way that you adopt a school and you go in there, and when they have stuff, you go there and encouraging them, take out their time. And that's what we're doing at the school I'm at. We try to do different things, bringing in different ones. If your pastor, you go to a church, man, your pastor's coming through them doors. I'm calling them.
See there? That's like the teacher.
Absolutely.
So let me ask you this, Pastor. Because that's ministry, right?
It definitely is.
That's really ministry.
It really is.
How did you know you were called
into the ministry?
Into the ministry.
I'm going to tell you something that most people are not going to tell you. I did it because my friend did.
You did it because your friend did it.
And it wasn't until going through it that I knew that I was chosen for this. I did it out of popularity. I did it because I heard other people saying I should be one. And I went with that at first. You talk about, I was 19 when I answered my call, and I preached a long sermon because I wasn't really trained and I didn't know. And now what I know now, if I could reverse it, I should have sat down and just learned. And one of the things Bishop Ty Hall said, which really has not gone viral, which is, how long was it until Jesus preached? I'm glad you asked. 30 years.
So let me just interject real quick because of something you said. You did it because your friend did it. A lot of times we're called and don't know it. But once we get in it, God will show you. See, now you're in it. I'm going to make you live it.
Listen.
Exactly. And that's what happened to me.
See, I know. I figured that. If I
get you in there.
Talk about
it. That's it. And that's what happened to me. And I developed, and it wasn't until I was at an apostolic church at first. I crossed over to the talked about Baptist church that does this and that wrong. And that is where it began to mold me. Reverend Dr. J.C. Wade Jr., shout out to J. Wade Ministries. His teaching molded everything that I had learned and saw. And I began to really get serious about my calling as a preacher. But then from there, I was already 7 years in. And then God just began to move some things. And long story short, when I went into pastoring, I went in because I got cursed out. and that cursing out was the mark of, you heard God told you to move a year ago and you didn't. So here it is. You did boom, boom, boom. And I heard it. And then it was a reminder. You didn't have to get cussed out had you moved a year ago. And then I walked into it. God. So everything is not angelic.
Absolutely.
Everything is not just, sometimes it's in the fire. He calls you.
It's pain.
Pain and suffering. And if you don't suffer with him, you can't live with him.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. I'll play some music.
Right.
But we gonna go. I'm telling you.
I totally get it. Let me ask you, what was a defining moment in ministry for you that you will never forget?
3 years living in my church.
Wow.
Went through a divorce. Decided we had separated. First year of ministry at the church. Didn't even make it a year together in ministry in as far as the church. And I had to make a decision. She had children and she was trying to find somewhere to stay. And I told her, I said, you know what? You don't have to find nowhere to stay. You stay here where we were renting at. I'll leave. And I was blessed. And that was a testimony about the building that I had. I was blessed to have my church. And so what I did was I moved in there, took two pews that were two pews, put them together, and I slept there, and then migrated into building of the office at my church. And I was living in there, taking baths at my assistant pastor's house, eating meals there, here and there, getting a hot plate and all that, cooking at my church, watching all that and everything, and make sure everything didn't look like nothing for Sunday morning. You know, the church van was my vehicle. So much there. And when I tell you, the way God flipped the script, you don't have to wait to die for this scripture to come alive. If you're faithful of a few things, he'll make you ruler over many. And God began to elevate me while people were spitting on me. People were
only doing
me away. And I never look back. And every round goes higher. I never really understood that. Every round goes higher and higher. And if I tell you how God has done it for me, you know, and it's like I haven't had to worry about anything. And it was when he brought me out, and this is how he brought me out. Someone came to me at my job and said, "You still living in your church? Don't you want somewhere to stay?" I said, "I'm okay." He said, "Well, listen, I got somebody. Hold on." And then they hooked me up. One of my employees hooked me up with their mom, who had a building, and said, "I'm getting ready to move somebody out. You want to move in?" Yeah. I said, "But I don't have the security deposit." "Don't worry about it. Pay a little bit as you go."
Oh man.
Pay a little bit as I go, never look back. And I've gone from living in the church, 2-bedroom apartment, to now where I'm at, not a care, worry in the world, vehicles paid off, literally church is doing well, and music getting ready to get released.
Let's talk about that, because I know what you can do. I've seen you minister. I know that you're right. God bless you, Bird. All of our families here is in the building. I didn't want to interrupt Pastor while he was talking. There's so many great people that are out there in the comments. I certainly appreciate you. Me and Evangelist Cuffie appreciate you tonight. Before we move any further, we're going to talk about music. I'm going to bring my other brother up. I want everybody to hit like and make sure this is on your front page, because he just gave us a testimony and a word right there. If you're faithful over a few things, I'm not the preacher tonight.
Ruler.
But let's talk about the music, because I got to get you back, because it's too much. It's too much. Let's talk about that song that's about to drop, Pastor.
Curtis Lindsay, who just produced Marvin Sapp, MD, is a quiet riot. And what people think they know of him, they have yet to discover. When they were making the gentleman was making mention of Shaky, who's on the background, Gus Lacey, who helped arrange the vocals, and Shelly, aka Mrs. Lindsay, and the band. Oh my God. I'm a product of Music from the Heart. I recorded 2 songs a few years ago, actually in 2019, and I never released them out of fear, out of skepticism, out of a whole lot of things. And it wasn't until now that God gave me the strength, because I didn't have it. And now I'm going to go forth. You had asked me about that song, He Reigns.
Yeah, I was there. I was there when he did it.
Yes, sir. And so that's getting ready to come out. And He Reigns is actually part 2 of the original He Reigns, which I renamed that song called Great Jehovah Reigns. And so I'm looking at October for that to be released. It's going to be entitled Holy is going to be the leading single. He Reigns is going to be on there. It's going to be a message, a preach word, inspired. That inspiration came to me from 2 preachers, Bishop Trotter and Bishop Eddie Long, the late Bishop Eddie Long, when they would preach on their albums. And I'm going to bring that on my EP and release that along with a prayer for people to be able to play in their cars and speak over their home, and a brief interview about me, because people need to understand what I've gone through and where I'm at now.
You know, if I can just say this, if I haven't heard any pastor, and I'm just saying I haven't heard a pastor talk about being in the school system, I'm going to use this, paraphrasing just a little bit, being a little nosy and getting in the family's business, trying to see what's behind that pretty and dressed up, because it's dressed up, trust me. There's a lot of cussing and a lot of name calling, but yet they walking in your church, you know, praying and praising the Lord, because they have put on those masks. Those masks. I commend you for wanting to be in the school system, wanting to roll up your sleeves and get in a family and building and loving and grouping and trying to make sure they're healed, set free, and delivered, because that's needed. It's so needed. And your testimony, I heard his strength was made perfect in your weakness. He stood up in you. He stood up in you, Pastor. Continue going on.
Thank you.
I didn't want to interrupt you, Pastor, and I definitely want to say
Walter Howard said something. Woo!
Walter Howard, a legend. Listen,
I was on a boat and he sang "My God's Got It." I'll never forget that. I think it was with the Announcers Guild or something for the Felicia, Pastor Felicia's festival that she would have every. See, I'm going back.
You went back.
Yeah, that was that's way back.
Woo! And I remember, man, Walter Howard. Look, I appreciate him.
A living legend.
There
was a comment that went up. God bless you, Shauna. Mount Carmel is in the building. I love them. So many great people. There was a comment that I wanted to read, but I didn't want to interrupt you. But one of our supporters, it's going off the screen now, was really, really giving you some encouragement for what you have. So this is it.
There it is.
She said, "What an outstanding pastor and man to follow. Thanks for your faithfulness." So I hope that lets you know that you're definitely, it's not in vain. Listen, Pastor, will you come back? when your
Yes,
song
I
up?
will, because I definitely want to let you all know that even in the midst of that, there has been error. But God will take all things and turn it around for his glory and for his good. I'm a product that you don't have to stay in certain states, that he is a deliverer, he is a healer. And if you confess your sin, he's faithful and just to forgive
Just.
you
Yes,
Yes,
and
sir.
cleanse you from all unrighteousness. So I just want to be a blessing to you all and say, I'm not perfect, but I'm getting close.
Hey,
Absolutely. Can you do this for me? Give us church name, address, and church times.
West Pullman Church of God, 322 West 119th Street, better as 119th and Harvard, every Sunday, 1:45 p.m. You get there at 2. If you get there at 2:45, 3 o'clock, we getting ready to let out.
All right. You got to meet the Lord.
Come on, and worship with us. We get straight to the word.
Absolutely.
And I'd love to have you all come and worship. I'd love to come on again anytime.
When you're available, when that single drops, I want you to come into the studio so we can fellowship.
I'm coming in.
All right. Well, you heard it right here with Ramon Perry. We thank again God for the man of God, Pastor Josh Reese, and thank him for sharing with us. And we look forward to him coming back. God bless you, Pastor.
God bless you.
Listen, you heard it right here. Ramon Perry live and Evangelist Cuffie. Listen, we're getting ready to go higher. Everybody like and make sure this is on your front page. I'm getting ready to grab my brother, Sal Butler. I believe he's still here. I see him down there at the bottom, and I'm going to get him in here. Listen, every month we try to appreciate musicians. We've been doing spotlights on men in gospel, musicians, and I'm getting ready to put the mandate on Evangelist Cuffie. She doesn't know it. We're going for the last 6 months of the year. It's going to be upon her to make sure we are honoring a female every month. And that is we're going to put that mandate on you. And so that's what we did men the first 6 months. We're going to do women the last 6 months. But right now, I'm getting ready to go get my brother who has been on this show, who is no stranger to WVTC. And his name is Minister Sal Butler. God bless you, bro. How you doing?
I'm well. All is well. Thank God. How you all doing, Evangelist Cuffie?
Hi, how are you?
I'm well. Thanks for asking.
Well, listen, we have to salute you tonight, Sal. You have done so many great things in the kingdom. You and I are no strangers. We go back a long way. How you doing? How's ministry? How's family? What's going on?
Man, yeah, we go way back. Go back for a while. All is well, man. I thank God for his goodness and his mercy toward me and my family. My wife family is doing good. My daughters all are doing well. Ministry is doing well. And God is doing well to do with me. So we're good, man.
Well, that's good. Well, Sal, I wanted you to know that you are definitely appreciated for the gift that you have sowed into the kingdom, being upright, upstanding man of God, father, husband. You're in ministry, you're a musician, and you walk the walk and you talk it. And you do more walking than you do talking. And I appreciate you. And I want to make sure that you know that we here at WVTC really appreciate you for everything you've done. Listen, I put a little something together for you, and I believe I've got it. I just wanted you to know, man, that you make a difference, and we need more upright, upstanding men in ministry to do some of the things that you're doing. If I don't hit the right one, but I think I got it right tonight. Sal, we appreciate you. Sal, we appreciate you, man.
Wow.
And I know how you are about stuff like this.
Oh my God. Wow. Man, there's 1,000,001 and billion and two people that you can honor in this great city of Chicago and abroad. But man, you did not have to take the time to honor a little video of me. I appreciate you, brother. Man, wow.
Absolutely. So we know you had a couple of things going on. You weren't able to get out here today, but the next time that we have you in,
For sure.
we want you to come right here and sit with us
Yeah.
at the studio.
Yeah.
Oh, again, Sal, thank you for sharing with us tonight.
Thank you.
And we appreciate you and all that you do.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having me. Thank you all so very much for the honor. We need to honor you on a grander stage. You know, the 2-time, 3-time.
No, we're not doing that today. We ain't even doing that today.
Yeah,
we're gonna do it another day. It's coming.
It's coming. And I can't wait.
Well, God bless you, Sal. Thank you, and we look forward to sharing with you again.
God bless you all. Thank you all so much for having me again. Thank you for the appreciation. I appreciate it.
All right, you heard it right here, WVTC. I saw my friend Lee Davis out there in the building. So many people saying some things. Listen, sit tight. I don't want anyone to go anywhere. All the choir lovers, you all need to tag some choir people, because listen,
I'm excited. Come on.
Okay.
Here.
So me and Cuffie,
come on.
We had the distinct privilege last Saturday night of being a part of something I thought was literally monumental.
Wow.
What was it?
It was Destiny Worship Center Ministries 20th anniversary. Pastor DeAndre Patterson and Lady Patricia Patterson. We made it. Come on, we made it 20 years, and it was our reunion concert.
It was
epic.
My friends down in Latin America would say it was incredible.
Oh,
incredible. Listen,
I love it.
Like choir singing, that was the place to be.
It was.
It was
the place.
It was so much good music, and the guest was Patrick Riddick and Divine Worship out of the DMV area. Absolutely incredible. Destiny Worship Center. When singers, you know, if you know anything about Pastor, and I know you know a lot about him, he always says good singers.
Good singers.
When you get good singers together, it's gonna be on and popping. I'm not talking about somebody you got to beg to sing. Listen, last Saturday night out there in Maywood was just absolutely something. Some of the best directors.
Absolutely.
I think when I came into the rehearsal, in one building. And he is literally a choir master.
Yes.
He's pastor, he's father, but husband, but trust me, he elder pastor and the choir master. It's too.
Trainer.
He's a trainer. And him and I think alike, because the way I hear music and I hear vocals, we hear it very similarly. It's certain things that he wants to hear.
Absolutely.
And he's not just directing the choir.
No.
He's directing the band.
Yes. He's cultivating. He's shaping the atmosphere. It's not just the sound. It's the atmosphere. It's the fragrance that comes from the melodies and the voices. Let me tell you, if I stay right there, I'll just go into a worship. It's just amazing. And there are some choir members on the line on tonight. Call them out. Elder Jeff Sullivan is on the line. Come on, Elder Laveria Washington is on the line. Sister Veronica Holmes was on the line. They're on here. Yes, they are.
I see them out there. Listen, I want to just send a word of encouragement out to Bobby Peacock. We're praying that God will continue to deliver you. Listen, we ain't going to talk about it. We're going to show you, but I want Destiny members that's in here. I want you to make sure that you tag some members right quick. We're going to let Destiny take us off the air tonight. Yay. And I want to make sure that you all know that we appreciate everything that you all have sold. My favorite song is God's Got It. Lord, God have mercy. Does anybody shout in their house?
If you don't,
when ain't nobody there. That song will bless your whole life. But we didn't do that last week.
No, we didn't.
But ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back next week live.
Yeah.
We thank God for everybody that supports us, all of our friends, so many great people out there. Deborah, I see you. I love you. And I've got a birthday musical coming up. Y'all see this? My little look right here. Y'all with it?
I like it. I like it. Get used to it a little bit. Come on.
Listen, I started not to even come to the music. I was like, oh, I had no color to color this stuff up.
Isn't that something?
But look what God has done. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah.
So we will be celebrating my birthday music. It's going to be coming up. Oh, wait a minute. Before we do that, y'all sit tight. June 28th, we're going to be with Evangelist Darlene Wills. She's going to be at Cosmopolitan Church. It's going to be a birthday musical. VJ McCoy, who is one of our new shows, catching tomorrow from 3 to 5, killing the game. Pastor Darrell Smith and the Warriors. You don't want to miss it. This is going to take place Friday, June 28th, 7 p.m. Cosmopolitan Church of Prayer, 5848 South State Street. Pastor Darrell Smith, host pastor. And then on the 5th Sunday, Arthur Sutton, just with us last week, Gift of Praise, going to be right there doing a recording at Acme Baptist Church. And that is 8747 South Paulina, Chicago, Illinois. You don't want to miss that live recording. And I believe you can get the tickets on Eventbrite, I believe that is.
Yeah.
But it's going to start doors open at 3. I believe it starts at 4. You don't want to miss it. So there's some great things coming up here in Chicago. And again, don't forget to watch my brother, VJ McCoy. So many great shows here on WVTC. Right. But Donald, listen, who is that?
Who is that? That is Donald, the one and only Donald Buster Woods. Come on.
Buster was coaching from the sideline.
He was in rare form last year. Yeah, absolutely. He was in rare form. He was doing his thing, let me tell you. But let me tell you, he sit up under Pastor D. You know he has to have a little bit of, it has to fall. Come on.
He was
running things.
But you know what, Evangelist? The teamwork. See, that was epic. Everybody just was right there. And I was so honored. I walk in the door. He said, Ramon, the director's over here. I was like, I don't want to do nothing. I just want to sing. Sometimes you don't want to do anything.
You weren't running.
I don't want to think. I just want to sing and sit down. I miss that kind of singing, because when you're with them tenors back, them 20 tenors that got 50 votes of youth in the prime of their life, me and Douglas Dean was on the back. Y'all got it.
When Pastor Buster said the pastor was acting sleepy, so he had to push.
Oh man, Buster, you all were absolutely incredible. And Sherman, the band, the choir, the director, and this lady that sits to my left. And yet I'm still safe. Listen, I ain't gonna bore you. I want y'all to see the video. Again, I want to thank my engineer, the CEO of WVTC, kind enough to share with us tonight, Reverend Franklin Morris. All those that make up the body, Damon, who helped us out in the stretch tonight. Thank you. God bless you. But we're going to let Destiny take us off. You be with us next Thursday. Tune in and share this, right? He said they sang 21 songs. It didn't even feel like it. They went bam, 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 and smashed every time. Listen, here you go. I'm going to let you have it. God bless you. We love you. There's nothing you can do about it.
If you faint not, come on and clap those hands. And you're gonna keep on going. Stay that way. Shall renew their strength. They're gonna mount up on wings like an eagle. They shall run and get weary. Let you walk and not faint. The Bible says that if you keep on praying, He's gonna plant your blessings for the fervent cry. The righteous in a valley place. Just a little while longer. He's gonna blow your mind. But you gotta keep on going. I've got one message to leave with you. Your prayers are not in vain. You didn't waste your time. God is gonna do it. You didn't waste your time. You've been sowing and you sowed. You've been praying and you prayed. But God is gonna do it. He's gonna do it just for you. Your name's all over it. Your name's all over it. Your blessing is here. You've been praying and you prayed. And now
Go to your Apple or Google Play Store and download the WVTC Gospel Radio app today. You can also say, Alexa, play WVTC Radio Skills.
Would you like to play WVTC Radio Network?
Absolutely. Download it today.
Views made on the preceding program are not those of WVTC Radio, iNetworks Communications, or their financial supporters.
Winning victory through Christ, WVTC Allsip Chicago, an iNetworks communication station.